Good morning everybody, it's Denise here, Denise Junk Journals UK. I hope you're all well. I'm doing fine. So thank you for joining me on this very first Masterboard Monday creation. So over the next few Mondays I'm going to be creating some masterboards with you, sharing some of the ones I've already got and embellishing some and cutting some up into ephemera and finding different ways to use them. So I know people love to watch embellishing, collaging, which is what we're going to do on a masterboard, and find it very soothing. So I just thought it was a nice thing to start the week off with. So hello and welcome. So I'm thinking most of you know what a masterboard is, but if you're new you might not, or you might think what's the difference between a masterboard or a collage, that kind of thing. I can only tell you what I think, what my take on it is. I haven't got the dictionary definition. So for me, a masterboard is it's like a collection of images. So for me, scraps at the minute, but it doesn't have to be scraps. Images and coloured pieces of paper in various shapes and sizes that kind of used to put together to create something else. So not just a piece in its own right, but a piece that's going to be cut up and used for something else. That's my idea of a masterboard, whereas collage is, well, it's the act of putting the pieces down, but it's also, you can create a collage as a finished piece. So you could have a collage piece of paper that would be a page in your journal, or you can collage a piece of ephemera, that kind of thing. So for me, that's the difference between the masterboard, and the fact that it's not just a collage. Like I said, it doesn't just have to be from scraps. I have been using my scraps up all these months to create collage, and it's taken me a long time to realise that actually it's not about using the scraps up for me. It's about using them because I love them. So I'm embracing my scraps. I love using them. It's not that I want to use them up and get rid of them and have any more. I used to think that was the goal, but it's not. So for me at the moment, collaging is using all these scraps up. But as I do more, I'm starting to realise that actually the masterboards that I'm going to use more now will have bigger pieces and quite often plainer pieces on them. I won't put that back in the bag because it's shiny. I'll just put them up there for now. And then I can embellish them afterwards, whereas before I've made lots and lots of masterboards, and I've brought some here to show you, that are just so colourful because of the scraps that I was using, that really the only embellishments they can take are like a butterfly or a flower, something big like that, because there is just so much going on already. Some of them, I've got embellishments on as I actually make them. Now these are really old ones here. I haven't got them all with me because, as you know, I started a collage book. In fact, I think I've started 2, and they're both in my desk, which is not here with me at the moment. So these are really full on. So you can see you cut these up into things and make beautiful ephemera with them. Like these, which I don't know if you can tell, I want sewing round, but those will be like pockets in a journal, in the front and back of a journal, so side tuck pocket. I've got some other bits that I'll show you in a minute as well. So these are cut down, so I've obviously used pieces from the masterboard, and this is what I've been left with. So they can be tags or journal cards, or they could make more of those, but you can see what I'm saying about them. They're so colourful that you probably want to use them sparingly. Also, what you put them on makes a big difference as to how thick they are. So that was on a spare piece of blue card, again using up, I think. Although it's got plainer pieces on it, they're very small, and there's a lot of them, so it's still quite full on, that piece. If I move further through to the back, you can collage the back of them as well, so you can put plainer pieces on the back, especially if you're using up your strips and your scraps. It's just paper, or you can actually create them onto something, which I've got here somewhere. No, that one needs backing, so that was just a scrap piece of bad print that I just used the paper to collage on, so that will need a backing, but again that will make it thick. This one here I've not long since done, so I've done this on ruled paper. Yeah, so it's very, very thin. Some of these thicker pieces, you know, you might not want thick pieces of ephemera. They're going to bulk your book out, your journal out, whereas a thinner piece like this, you can use it for more things. So that's kind of where I'm going, putting it onto thinner backing. That doesn't mean I can't make the nice thick ones, and I still will if I have a card that wants using up. Yeah, that one again is a piece of that Amazon paper that I buy. It's slightly thicker than this one because this college ruled paper is very thin. Yeah, but it's still a lot thinner than the ones that are on card. Yeah, so you really need to think about what you're actually going to collage onto if you've an idea what you want to use it for. Also, do some landscape and some portrait. We often forget to do that as well, and sometimes you want a big piece that you can't always get out of a landscape. Yeah, there are no rules, and I'm not setting rules. I'm not telling you there are rules, because there are not. And the idea behind this on a Monday is just to come on, like I say, relax and have some fun creating some, but also make some pieces as well with the masterboards that we create. So if you remember these, I have shown these in a previous video. In fact, I think I cut these 2 or 3 masterboards up in a one of the Tattytreasure and Friends Facebook group challenges about using things up. I think it was the very first challenge. Yeah, so these were some just music paper masterboards that I made, and then I cut them up and embellished them in that video. So they were quite plain because they were all music paper, plainish, you know, plainish background, but they're on various pieces of card. You can maybe hear, oh, microphone's on me now. Yep, how thick they are, and then they probably need backing or something on the back of them. So they are really heavy, chunky pieces, almost like nearly like the chipboard pieces that you buy. Yep, which is fine for an odd piece in your journal, but you know, if you followed the tags in your journal were made out of that, it would soon be very, very thick and bulky. And yeah, the same with journal cards there. These are very thick, bulky. These were made out of in the same challenge. Yep, so nice but eclectic and bulky. So there's a place for them, but we want more. We want thinner ones, and we want less, yes, what's the word? Less cluttered, I guess, ones as well. So, which is what I'm going to try and have a go at today. Now, you saw all the coloured pieces that I've got. Now, while I've been sitting in my chair, not being able to do much, I have sat every now and then, every half an hour, and gone through my scrap box and inked round. You can see these are all inked round. Because I personally do like my scraps inked when I'm collaging with them, and I appreciate sometimes you get every edge is hidden, so the inking was a waste of time, and it certainly doesn't have to be done. It's preference, personal preference, as to whether you ink them or not. Some of them are not, you see. I've obviously been adding since, because I did do the whole packet, and you can see some are really tiny, some are big, some are plain, some are very colourful. So normally what I would do, because for me it was just a practice of using up my scraps, I would just put anything and anything down, and I tried to make myself do that more and more and more, rather than picking and choosing. And I'm going to go in completely the opposite direction now. For these, I'm going to do a couple of as plain as I can masterboards, and then put all the embellishments on afterwards. So it's my idea to do 2, embellish one as a whole piece, and then the second one cut up plain and then embellish. So let's see how we get along. Maybe all you want to do is sit and watch the process of collaging, and that's absolutely fine, because that's absolutely mesmerising to me too. I'm just trying to get some glue books because I go through a lot of pages. Another way I was thinking that you could embellish masterboards, if you've made them full on like I have, are you could use some fairly plain labels like this on them, which would, you know, kind of tone them down, give you places for your eye to rest, or you know, just tone down somewhere parts of it, and I will do that to some of the masterboards that I've already made. Yeah, and I will be making colourful eclectic ones, so I'm gonna try and do something a little bit different each week. Just show you what else I've got scrap wise. So those are all my colourful scraps there. I've also got sort of strips, I think, that I've put in here mainly. Strips and other bits, but I think it started off as strips, which I thought I might just make a one with strips. I'm going to leave those for now. Not many of them are inked and ready to go. So yeah, maybe another week we'll do one just out of strips and see where we go with that. I did have something else in my scrapbox. Oh yeah, because I'm talking about plain, so I've got little bits here of I suppose they're scraps, aren't they? Yeah, scrap but plain-ish paper. Also not script, what is it? Text. Text is very good in a variety of fonts for collaging on a masterboard, and so is music. So I've got all those things to pull on. Let's close that. Put this to one side. And I'm going to just go through this packet here first and just pull out some plain. Now they're not going to be all plain, just plain-ish. So I'm creating kind of a patchwork, I think. What's the word? Probably neutral-ish is what I'm looking for. Yeah, so I'm not picking a colour scheme out this time particularly. I'm just not going for really bold patterns like that. I'm just sort of neutral-ish. That one's not inked, but we'll leave it there. Ooh. And then another day we'll do one full on. Did I have a piece of that? I can't remember. Yes, I'm just getting myself a selection out. Yeah, I'm not being really fussy about how plain or not they are. I think I'll need many more. So a couple of big pieces out. Plainish. Yeah, so I'm not going for total plain. I don't think, otherwise I would be just drawing from that other box, wouldn't I? I think we might call that it. As you know, I've told you 1,000 times, if you've watched me, been with my channel before, a little bit of scrap, a small amount of scraps goes a long way in collage. Right, so I've got that, and I'm going to pull just one or two pieces out of here. Yeah, I'd like to use one of these up because this is a test print page, as you know. Most of you that have printers will know what that is. Yeah, so let's use one of those up and have a little bit of this brown. And that's quite a darkish brown, so I don't want it in too many places. Right, so not too much there, but more than enough to cover this page. And shall I do it? I'm going to do this one landscape because I've got one portrait. I've got one landscape, haven't I, already? Let's do it that way. Yep, I always use glue stick for me. Any glue will do. Some will make it wetter than others, which just means you need to leave it longer to dry. That's all. And I don't particularly want to create a pattern before I start, but I will just pull a few pieces out that I think I'd like on here, and then see what we do with them. Oops. I'll definitely have a piece of that and a piece of that. So yeah, they don't have to be a certain size. I do like them to fit on my glue book, which is always handy. And I like a selection of sizes, so some big, some small. I don't like really huge pieces, but that doesn't mean you can't. I've seen people make them with really huge pieces, and they do, you know, they come out with some nice results. So, you know, if you want to just put 5 or 6 really big pieces on there, you go for it. Now the other thing about creating masterboards and collaging is just the pure pleasure of it. So particularly if I'm using scraps, I mean, I don't see any issue, and I will be doing at some point, tearing up whole pieces of digitals to create certain collages that I want, certain masterboards that I want. I don't see any problem with that, but I do console myself when I'm using scraps like this, that regardless of what it looks like, if I get the pleasure out of actually playing with these papers and putting them down and you know, creating something, if I don't like the finished part thing at the end, that's fine. I can paint over it, I can cut it up, I could put it in the bin if I wanted. It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't have been a waste of time, because, don't put them on your glue book, because I've had that pleasure of making it, playing with it. Right, so that's a big piece, you see, so I might, and I'm just going to roughly, just give myself a rough idea where I might want some of these. They're all very square, these pieces at the minute. Something down there, nice dark one. Oh yes, we've got that squeaky table going. Right, I don't want to do much more than that at the minute, so let's start here then. Just start somewhere. If in doubt, always go for the corners. That's what I always used to do when I started collaging. I don't so much now. I just start wherever I want, but often if I'm collaging and not thinking about what I'm doing, that is what I'll find myself doing, just because that's how I learned to do it. 4 corners and then move on. Yeah. That's the thing with the bigger pieces, you use your glue pages up quite quickly, but glue pages I am not short of, and like I say, they do, the ones I don't use go in the recycling, so we're not causing any issues anywhere. So guys, this means I should in theory be able to now sit and chat to you while I'll just have a bit of relaxation. I don't know that I've got an awful lot to tell you. I don't know if I've got anything to tell you really. I'm slowly improving. Thank you to everyone that's asking. I am chatting to an awful lot of you at the moment in the comments, so yeah, a lot of what I've got to say I've said to you guys there. Oh, I've got my new microphone on. I hope that's better. I hope you can hear me better. Let me know if you can or if you can't, and I will attempt to adjust. Yeah, I'm talking to you a lot because I've got the road to 1,000 subscribers giveaway videos going up at the moment, so yeah, there's a lot of people chatting to me that yeah, perhaps have been watching me but don't comment normally. There's a lot of people that do that who are now commenting because I'm asking them to, you know, to enter the giveaway draw, and obviously it's pulling in a few new subscribers too, so yeah, lots of chatting going on there, especially as I get to know some of the newbies. So yeah, you don't have to chat to me, it's not a requisite, but not a prerequisite, but if you're new and you'd like to, feel free. Now I know lots of people say to me, and I do it as well, that they watch a lot of YouTube videos perhaps on a TV. I don't do it a lot, but I do it, which means unless you're signed in and you've got your remote in your hand and all that lot, that you can't actually comment and things like that, that's fine, you don't have to. I understand you're still watching, and yeah, on occasion I have done that. It's very, very different watching it on the TV. I find you see a lot more detail, or I do. I guess that depends on how good your phone and your eyesight is. Yeah, so these big pieces are covering really quickly, and I'm very much liking the plainness of it. Now I might have gone from one extreme to the other. I might now have too much plain, but that is very easily remedied by putting the embellishments on it. So I think probably on this one, as I create it, I'll put the embellishments on while it's still wet, and we'll have a bit of fun making it pretty. and then cut it up afterwards, and then we'll find one to cut up. I'm going to make 2 of these. Well, for my pleasure, but also for you know, people who are enjoying watching what's going on, so that they get plenty to see instead of one made really quickly. I know I love to watch people collage, and I love to see what papers they've got as scraps. But I just like the mundaneness. I like watching the glue go on. I like watching how they rub it down. Yeah, strange in as much as it's difficult to explain what's pleasurable about watching it, but it is. Right, let's get into some of these rubbish papers, otherwise I will end up sticking myself to everything. Yeah, so you'll notice I don't have any sleeves below my elbows today, so I'm not going to be putting my hands in ink and ruining what I'm wearing. I've spoilt a chair arm as well with the ink, the distress ink. It doesn't come out of material once you put it in, let me tell you. Not when it's in and dried. Okay, so what did I have? Oh, that lovely brown piece and that light piece. I like that one up there. And then you can start picking on your little tiny pieces to fill it in. Or like I say, you could start at one edge and work your way across. We might do that one day. Start at the corners and work your way in. Just change it up every day, depending on how you feel. It's always good to have a wet cloth though. I haven't brought one with me today because you do get a little bit gluey. You see, because that's such a plain piece there, it is going to look a bit odd when we first put it down. But obviously that will be a piece that will take an embellishment of some description. So it's like a plain piece that initially you don't like. It's drawn attention to itself because it's so plain. But what do I want? Yeah, there I think. You do need some of those plain spots, very plain spots occasionally, so that you can go on and add more pretties. Like that down there. The sun's coming out again. It's been a very mixed bag today. Started out beautifully sunny, and then yeah, clouded over. We had a few spots of rain, nothing much. Sunshine and rain, and now it's just sunshine again. The birds are singing again. I don't know if you can hear them. I've been to the car boot this morning and I've bought more books. I've definitely got an addiction to buying books. So I've now got, what I got 5 the other day, 3 this morning, and a couple of sets of cards. So I'll probably have to do a little video and show you everything that I've got, because there's a good few of them now. Okay, so now I can do one of two things. I can find a piece to put on there. Still got some bits up here, haven't I? Still got plenty of pieces. Or I can just put an embellishment straight on that would cover it. I don't know that I want that piece particularly. So these, I think I got them out the other day, which is why they're still out here and why I'm using them. These are from Tania at Tattytreasure's Buy Me a Coffee site, and I think I told you there's a great big page full for £1. That's all, just £1, a digital download. So yeah, and I've used them for so many things already, and I've only printed them off once, and I've made lots of projects. So yeah, I'm going to use them all up before I print them again. But yeah, really enjoyed using them. If you're looking for them, if if you want to know where I got them from. I know you get lots of questions about that when you use ephemera if you don't tell people. Okay, so I need a bit up here as well, so I don't know whether to... Yeah, I think I will. I'm also wondering if there's anything on that book that perhaps you shouldn't be. It does sometimes have some horrible words and things in it. So let's work on this one. Because this one won't. This is a book about decorating or some such thing. Decorating furniture, I think. So that was a good piece. That just fit the bill there completely. It's already started to tone this down a little bit, hasn't it? So I've got two quite biggish pieces. I'm wondering if I should have another big piece over there. Perhaps something different. So again, you can then choose the theme when you're embellishing. I'm going to use that. So I could, like, because these are all soap labels and perfume labels, things like that, I could just make this piece full of... It is nice, that, isn't it? I mean, it's a big piece to use on some of the smaller ephemera that I make. What I have to bear in mind is this is going to be cut up into something, but yeah, that might make a nice tag up there. It could even be cut in half and it would still be fine, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think because it's out and I've inked it, I'm going to put it on. Yeah, so I'm choosing what I'm putting where, but I'm not being too choosy. It's all about, yeah, just sitting down and enjoying sticking and gluing and making something pretty. Now, obviously, it doesn't just have to be paper. You can put, you could put fabric on. You can put washi tape on. You can put all sorts of things on. I want one more. Something kind of here. Break up that big piece. Yeah, I think I'll have that one there. Oh, yeah, so I think a lot of you know that have been with me a while that we have a caravan on the east coast of England, the Yorkshire coast. And it opens, the site, it closes for winter, the site opens in 2 days, I believe. 1 day, any time now. We're not going yet because we're not ready. We're getting ready to buy the house, well, to move into the house, and obviously I'm still not walking that well yet. It is quite already eclectic down there. I'm not sure about putting anything much on it. Let's just have a look at some labels. That's nice, isn't it? So this is a Nanine label from Nanine at Collagetype on Etsy, and again, you'll know that I love her labels. So plain, I mean, that's quite nice, isn't it? Sorry about my squeaky table. So oh, there's a floral one here. These are from Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah. Yeah, I do like that there. When I take it away, I miss it. Just wondering about something small down here. It doesn't matter if they touch each other. Well, nothing matters really. It's completely your make, remember. Don't try to follow any rules or conventions. And that one just disappears in a little bit more, doesn't it? I'm not sure if I want it to disappear in or stand out, or something just in between. Just trying to bring this down a little bit. Got some music-y ones. Let's just have a look at a music one, and then I'm wondering about just the edge of that. I was going to say, if I don't find anything, then we'll look at the Tracy labels, but I think I've made my mind up before I even look. Yep, I have. Okay. I didn't ink it, did it need it? Oh, that's eaten into my glue. No, because it's got that lovely grey. Was it down there? Yeah. Lovely grey edge on it. Obviously a little bit more of that will come off when it's trimmed round, but we won't be doing that today. Oops. So yeah, just a few scraps go a long way when you're making a masterboard, but if you keep making them and keep making them, which I have been doing recently, yeah, you soon do get through some scraps, to be honest. Okay, so we'll put that on one side to dry. It will look completely different when it's cut up and inked, and you'll probably see that next week. I'll bring it back and cut it up and let you see it. What did I do with all my bits of paper here? Right, let's do another one. What shall we do this one on? Shall we have a piece of... So I'm trying to do some thinner ones that I don't have to do much with the back. I've got some paper here. That is... well, it's supposed to be ivory, but it's more cream. If you ask me, it's not very ivory. I'm going to do one this way. And... so I want some plain ones, but I want some pretties as well this time. So preferably something we didn't use last time. Well, all those that I pulled out earlier we'll put on as soon as I've pulled them out. Oops. Should have a bit of William Morris on it. I've got sort of a blue, brown, peach theme going on here. A variety of shapes and sizes, right. I'll just put them on there to pull on, but I've got a few here. A few here to be going on with. So I'm going to start, I think I'll do the four corners like I used to, just to show you what I mean. Oops. The reason I don't do it so much now is because your four corners kind of look the same all the time then. They've got a corner piece and then the rest is all hidden because it's got something going round it. That's a nice corner one. Put that over there. Are you sticky? Yeah, I can't tell you how beautiful that sunshine is at the moment through this window. I'm just trying to sit here and think about what I've got planned for the rest of the week crafting wise. Now I am able to sit longer than I could. I still have to mind how long I'm sitting. Neil's had a few days off and I've been walking around a lot, and I've started to split the wound open a little bit. I've probably been a little bit too full on with it again, as I keep doing. Yep, so I need to rest it a bit so I can sit, like I say, I can sit here a lot longer, but I still need to take care not to be here too long, because I lose myself in the crafting, and then it's only as I'm coming towards the the end of an hour or something like that, I suddenly think, oh, my knee's sore. Yeah, and then I get up and move away and it's really sore. I spend the next hour or two thinking, why didn't you get up sooner? Yeah, so I'm getting better at looking after it, but I'm far from perfect. Right, so I didn't get that quite to the edge, but like I say, it will be trimmed and it won't matter. Well, it's becoming quite a brown piece, isn't it? So let's try and get some peaches into it. Oh yeah, maybe some text as well. See, normally I'd be tempted to take all that plain off there, but I think it could probably do with a bit of plainness, so we'll go for that. Doesn't matter how often you try to make them plain. You've got such beautiful scraps, and I just love colours so much. They end up being not. So I really have to focus if I want quite a plain one, like I did then, and just pull out the very plain pieces. You're being very picky now, Denise. The thing is, that's got a lovely shape. I wish I hadn't put that down now, because that's all going to be hidden. You'll see there's a lot of square pieces going on, which is fine. I don't mind the patchwork kind of look, but it is nice to have some not so square also. That might help there, yes. Sorry about the squeaky desk, but I do have to, it's one of these things I do have to lean on it a lot to do. Right, that's, yep, I like that now. So I'm thinking if that ends up in the middle somewhere, no, I don't really want to break it down, I want it that big. I can do something peachy over here. Oh. Yeah, I really like that shape because it's a shape, so let's try and get something up here. I think that's a pigeon, can you hear it? Under it, I was going to say, so let's get that one down. Oh, it's already been glued. I do hope you haven't got a better view of the glue than you have of that. Wouldn't surprise me. Sorry if you did. That's why the smaller book might have been a better idea, but like I say, I'm not sure about the words in it. I just want a smallish piece in there of something. Yep. Even if it's upside down, especially with music, it doesn't really bother me. Sometimes I have trouble telling anyway, but I know there are people out there who know the minute they look at it. But yeah, I'm not bothered if it is. That's it, so I've got a nice shape there now with that piece. And I think I've said before to people, especially when I started my collage book, I could just create a book full of collaged masterboards, if you like, collaged pages, and just not use them. Just enjoy looking at it because they're such, well, I suppose they're pieces of art, aren't they? They're so pretty. Should have had that under there, shall we? Yes, we shall. And I think I'm going to tear it down just to change a bit of the shape. Nothing too drastic, nothing too what's the word when you create it on purpose, orchestrated. But if you want it orchestrated, again, no reason why you shouldn't. So I'm thinking, well, you aren't quite covered up there, have you? Yeah, so I started out trying to follow a formula and I haven't managed it, have I? So I'm not stressing about it. So you might need a bit more now. Yeah, you can see it's curling, don't worry about that, they do dry flat. And if not, if you put them in a heavy book, they soon become flat. So this is from when my printer was losing ink. Oh, I just noticed there's a tiny bit of, can you see the glitter on there? Using that pretty edge again. But it'll have to go because it's got to be covered. Yeah, so I was thinking I know tags are probably a boring, well, a boring-ish thing to make out of. Oh, I don't want to cover that. Put it down there. I don't want to cover the glitter up. A boring thing to make out of the Masterboard, so he was probably wanting something far more exciting. Would be nice to create something exciting, but I do want some thinner tags. As you saw from those that I just showed you, I have got lots of really thick, chunky collage tags, lots and lots of them, but I'm probably only going to put one, maximum two in a journal, just because of the thickness. So yeah, I could do with some thinner ones, which is what I'm going to cut up may well become some thinner tags. And I absolutely love to sew my Masterboard pieces, and as you know, that's not going to happen at the moment because I don't have my sewing machine here, and at the moment I'm not able to use it. So I might just cut them up but not use them until I've got my machine, and sew them. I'll use a few unsewn because I know not everybody has a sewing machine, not everybody sews their tags, but on the whole I do like them stitched, so I will be keeping most of them to do that. I'm not going to get that piece in, I don't think. Let's have a dig, see what we come up with. That's definitely a bold statement. Oops. Did I put some grey in here yet? No. Oh, that's a lovely piece, isn't it? Oh yes, it was meant to be there, that one. So we use that grey piece. I haven't got any music either. There we go. Yep. I knew when I found this piece and I inked it, I thought this is going to be lovely when it goes down somewhere. Isn't that gorgeous? Like the edge of a frame, but it's definitely from a Tina digital, that at Shabby Dabby Doodah. The beautiful colour on that, a beautiful pop of colour. Yep. Am I on the right side there? Yes. I felt it flip. It seems to be, yeah, inked on the other side, but it fits well there. So we are working towards the middle, which is what I said I'd like to do. The grey off the blue is nice. Oh. I've no idea how long I've been on. I really ought to check. I just cannot see, even if I stand up and look, I can't see the timer because it's so bright. So bright in here. I'll have to get my watch back on, won't I, or a clock. I have a clock in my craft room, but I don't have one here. Just wondering if I want something, ooh, yeah, that shape but not that colour. Oops. Gonna tear a piece of that down. Yes. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see these two side by side and see how differently I've created them. Whoops. So we just want one piece in the middle. We make it something, a centerpiece or not a centerpiece. Yeah, the perfect spot, the perfect piece was just sat there looking at me. I'm so pleased I inked them all in advance. Lovely. Okay, so let's look at the two pieces we did, and then I'll cut one of the ones up that's dry and cut it into some tag shapes and maybe put some embellishments on depending on what's on it. So like I say, it's curling up, as you can see. Don't know what I've done with my bag now that all those bits were in. Just get them out of the way while you have a quick look. So the this one was a lot plainer, excuse me, initially, until we put these embellishments on it. Now it's not. Now this one feels more plain than that one. I think that's more to do with the choice of colours. These are more muted, natural colours, where we've now got this brightness on here. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they're like when they're dried and flattened. Just wondering what I've done with all the ones that I was showing you. There they are. I guess we'll choose one of these to cut up. Shall we choose a thick one or one of the bigger thin ones? One of these two. Which one shall we go for? Right, so I've got one each way here by the looks of it as well. Not that it matters particularly, but I think I'll go for this one. So I have already put quite a few bits on it. That's quite interesting when you watch people do, you know, cut the back and not look at the front. Shall we do that? What shall we make? Shall we make a couple of pockets? So we'll go 11 centimetres, which is about 4 1/4 inches, which is about the right width. Oh, we're not supposed to be looking, are we? For a pocket in my journal, you know, my size journals, and then 3 inches, and what have we got here? About 5 1/2. So if we do a couple at 2 1/2, and they want straightening up a little bit. We won't look at them yet, so we're assuming they're pockets. Which way up are we? That way up. It's still quite long for tags. Let's make a belly band. 2 short tags, shall we? And 2 journal cards, and see what we've got. Okay. Let's. Oh, which one was the 2 small? Because I do need some smaller tags. Very thin tags. Right, those 2 are going to be small, thin tags. Hopefully, a belly band, journal cards, and pockets. So, oh, we'll probably need that back to trim the edges, don't we? So let's look at the pockets. Aha! So that one's got a 28 right in the middle. That one, yeah. Right. Let's trim them up. What are we saying is the straight edge here? The bottom, I think. Yeah. That wasn't very straight at that side. So about 5 1/2, about there. Oops. Sorry about that noise. Oh, that's quite a big divot. I always forget this one's quite a big, although it does make life easier for getting things in and out of the pockets, doesn't it? Yeah, so I would say that is a perfect thickness actually for a pocket in a journal. Not too heavy, but strong enough. Get rid of my bits. I'm just wondering if I've got the smaller one here. I haven't, so I'll make slightly smaller divots. Let's trim both these down together. Don't know if there's a square edge anywhere on that. Let's create one then. Sorry about the noise, unless it's your thing. A little bit more across the top, I think. That's it. Create such little shreds. And we'll do this one as well. Again, I'm not sure whether there's a straight edge on there. Okay, so there are my 3 pockets. And that one I feel wants something. These 2 I think are fine. That still doesn't look straight to me. No, I don't think it was. That's better. So, and maybe something on the bottom of there. Let's take the divots out and let's make a mark halfway. Do it the easy way this time. So we've got just over 10, so slightly over 5. Okay. Not such a big one. I'm going to take a pretty piece off here with this. That's a shame. Never mind. So like I say, the ink will define the edge so that you can see it, but a row of stitching or a border of stitching around there would definitely do it. Of course, you can do faux stitching with you know, a felt pen or a dark pen. Again, I'm not sure where these are going. An odd 1 or 2 might go in the journal. They may not, that I'm currently on with. Yeah, so I definitely feel this needs a focal point because this one is off to the side. Even if it's something here, and I think that needs something on the side as well. So what did we bring here? Don't think that's the right colour for anything. We've got stamps. We've got Tracy labels, which are always a good go-to. And I wish I had my words, but I don't. What else have we got here? Right. Let's just try a few bits. So that's a Nanine teeny tiny label. Don't dislike that actually. I'm not sure if that's Nanine's. No, something different on there. That bird's nice, isn't it? It's a bit big. I wonder if there's a smaller one. No. Yeah, this is the fun bit where you just look through all the bits you've got. I'm not even sure that you could see there. Yeah, I'm wondering about a bluish label on that because it is quite full on, isn't it? No. Oops. I quite like that as well. That's quite big though. What about you on there? And I'm thinking a little birdie. Let's move everything out of the way to get the birds out. Where have you gone? Oh, good question. Butterflies, there they are, birds. Tiny weeny birds. Yep. I saw a colourful one that I quite liked there, but I was hoping I'd tipped it out. I'm not sure I had. Oh, he's quite nice. Picking something. Yep. So we've got a butterfly on that one, we've got a bird on that one. In you go. No. Not liking the stamps on there. Let's ink this and stick it on. Yeah, so I didn't think it wanted anything more fussy on here. I was thinking plain, but I just liked that kind of picks up the colour from there. Sorry, let's move that. Yeah, I think if I go over the top of that, I've not got too many squares just sitting around, you know, on their own. They're kind of attached, if you know what I mean. Oh, my glue's dried up. It's not been open that long. It must be warm in here. Yeah, that's it. So, birdie, I don't even know if we need you now, do we? I don't think we do, so I wonder if he'll go on here. No. Yeah, I like that just with that on. Okay, push everything to the side. We're not quite stuck down there. We'll fix that before we go any further. Glue says we won't. Not used this one today, so. Gosh, I hope I haven't been on here far too long. Sorry guys, if it's a really, really long one. Maybe I'll have to do these on a Monday in 2 halves. What was I thinking? In here. No, here. Oh, the daisies are not really going to do it, are they? Okay, in here. Did I look at those once? Just cut the corners off and see if a smaller version. I know I've already got greenery at the top, so it might not be, but you never know. You don't know until you try it. I don't dislike it. Oh, but look at these lovely labels. Don't put it away. I kind of like the fact that you can write on that that part of the I like lots of them, but I don't love them. Some music. Let's go with some music. You can't go wrong with music. Across here, across here. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have them touching. Where was that bird? No, it's just not doing it for me. I did like that little thing there, didn't I? I like it with that colour. Yeah, I think I'll just go with that for now. And I'm gonna, it's quite a thick piece of card. I'm just gonna do it with some Cosmic Glimmer, is it? Shimmer. Cosmic Shimmer glue. Let's put it down there. Yeah, and I'm thinking, yeah, something stamped on there might be nice, which, let's see. Oh, I've been here forever now anyway, I might as well stay. What do you think? Have I got anything? That's the question. Anything on there? There's a little tiny bird there, look. Oh no, he's part of the butterfly. No. No, I don't think I could do him on his own. What have we got on here? I've taken the butterfly off here. So I've got 2 butterflies loose somewhere, stamp wise. I'm thinking this is a nice piece down here. A bit of a swirl. Oh! Just on that top corner there, so let's get the black out. I'm not going to get a... Oh, there's the butterflies, look. Butterfly and dragonfly. Too late now. I've chosen something else. I'm going to do it onto this flower fairy. It's not a glue page, I'm going to use this, but I just keep doing things on it. Didn't quite get the top flower, but I'm not bothered. Like that. Just filled that blank space in a little bit for me. Right, Denise. Gosh, you've been a long time and you've got a lot out. So let's have a look what else we created with these bits of paper, bits of masterboard. Don't want to. All stuck together. Oh. Gosh, they did not want to reveal themselves. Right, so this is the belly band. Oh, that's quite sweet actually, isn't it? Yeah, I know I might be tempted to cut the top and the bottom with a punch, a fancy edge punch, which I have got here. Who'd have thought it? Let's try it and see. Yes. Yeah, like that. Obviously you'll see it more when it's down on the page. Now if it's too big for a page, I can cut it down and do that fancy edge crimping again. And it's fairly well it's got most things on it, hasn't it? I don't know that it wants anything else. Just see if there's anything here that grabs me. It's not really about petals, is it? Just perhaps want something on there. Don't know if no, it's not a label that I'm after. Got any little tiny flowers in here. Oh, I know, I've got a butterfly. I was going to say butterfly, but we've got them. Snip it there. No, nothing tiny in there. Oh, what about the daisy bits? What about this little daisy stamp? The bird. Did I ink him? I knew I was going to use this little chappy somewhere. I didn't get him out for nothing, you see. There. Stick him down. Now I'm thinking, depending on where that goes, it can have lace or fabric in it. It could have some stickles, glittery stuff on it, all sorts of things. Okay, so that's 3 pieces. Gosh, these were the tags. Look at that one's not so bad, but the other one definitely doesn't need a centrepiece, I'm thinking. Let's have a look. Don't you fall on the floor. Yeah, I'm thinking this one might go with a stamp. That's not quite stuck down in there. Oh, did I have a green stamp? No. Blue. No, don't like the stamp. Oh, that one's nice. Don't want them both though, do we? I'm going to put that one, I think, which is it's a faux stamp from Nanine at Collagetype, from one of her kits. Yeah. Looks a bit like one of those specimen cards that we made. Oops, that's sideways. And I'm just wondering if a tiny bit of this, if I can get it apart, if I can get the back off. Oh, I can't. Might give it a bit of, some bits stuck in it there. Stick it down and lift it up. I don't want to come out. Okay, right Denise, hurry up, we're running out of time. So it was supposed to be a nice gentle, not do much. It's not gentle now, is it? Again, I'm going to cut it into a small tag. Whoops. That's it. And I'm wondering if the daisy. Yep, I'm liking it. Just a bit of a pop of the yellow colour. And I think what that one's going to need is some lace on the top. But do I have any here? I might have. If it doesn't jump out of my hands. Some little bits, right. Yep, I like that. I was thinking about stapling it, but I don't think the staple would detract from. What I am thinking might be nice is some bling. Because it was in the pot that I was looking for it in yesterday. Obviously, I was looking with my eyes shut. I can see it from here now. What do I think? Just 3. Oops. 3 lively pieces. Well, if I've gone on forever, you'll just have to watch me in 2 halves. I know yesterday I said I was just coming on for a 30-minute video, and then 50 something minutes later I turned the camera off, and Tania said to me, I do like your 30-minute videos. Yeah. Oh. Oh, I must have been here a long time now. It's starting to, the sun's dipping, it's starting to get dark. So that's my 2 mini tags. I'm determined to do every piece. Oh, that's quite good the way that's come out with a, so this is a journal card. Doesn't really need much. No, I don't think it needs anything, to be honest. I wonder if that petals thing across the top maybe. Because what I know is when I, just there's a lot of bits and pieces there, isn't there? When I sew that and it borders it, it will be a completely different piece. No, completely different looking piece, I should say. Yeah. Thank goodness for that, a quick one. Yeah, some nice black sewing around there, I think. We'll do that no end of good. And this one, yeah, this one definitely needs a centerpiece. And I don't think it's very square either. Oh, that way up. So what? We've got some big pieces here still, haven't we? No. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm liking that. Let's see. Anything else that needs to be a contender before I... Oh well, yes there is. There's this little beauty here. He's a centrepiece all on his own really, isn't he? I'm wondering about one of those big faux stamps behind him. I think these are Tina's as well, but I might be wrong there. And there, higher up. Yep, down there. So now I'm gluing in mid-air. Just gluing on the top of my glue stick, which does make your fingers very gluey. Because I've lost my glue pad. What did I do with it? Never mind, I've got a piece here that'll do. In fact, I think it's quite a heavier piece. You might need this if it's going to come out. It is. Okay, so remember, chat to me in the comments if you like chatting. Thumbs up would be lovely, just helps the channel to get seen a bit more if people are interacting with it. Yeah, but more than anything, have a lovely day, and I'd love you to come back and join me tomorrow. So I'm just doing that because I'm going to quickly show you what I've made and then turn the camera off. So I'm just going to put a label up there as well, because I just feel that needs breaking up a little bit. And again, when that's stitched round, and maybe perhaps a word in there, and it'll be a completely different piece, like I said with the other ones. But you know, you can see with the ink, you don't have to sew around them. They're perfectly nice without. Right, what did we create then? Sorry if I rattled the microphone then. So we created 2 masterboards, which are over there drying. I can't reach them now. And then we cut a third one up to make a belly band, 3 pockets, 2 journal cards. There's no partridge in a pear tree. And, excuse me, 2 mini tags. Yeah, which again, when they dry flat, squash them flat. Yeah, so just a little bit more to add to my ephemera pile. So yeah, let me know what you think, if you've enjoyed the Masterboard Monday, and if you have, pop back next Monday. Bye bye.